Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 37th annual District 3 Dairy Princess Contest. Thank you. We have a terrific group of young ladies tonight who are vying for the title of District 3 Dairy Princess. And this is a very important thing for these young ladies, so I hope you will give them your undivided attention. You don't particularly have to pay attention to me because I just kind of talk around what's going on. But I would like you to please give your attention to the young women in the contest. And the dairy industry is so important to us all, whether we're in the dairy industry or not, because it improves our way of life here in this beautiful Sonoma County, Marin County area. So without further ado, I know what you all want to know, and that is to get a chance to meet our contestants for the evening. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here are the contestants for the 1994 District 3 Dairy Princess.
Hello again, my name is Dana Garzelli, and I'd like to take this moment to welcome you all and to thank my sponsors, the Jeff and Diane Raleigh Dairy. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening. My sponsor, Natalie at Dairy Supply, and all have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. All right, now we come to the part of the show that is always the toughest for the girls, but it's a lot of fun for me. It's a chance for me to get to know them, and hopefully you will get to know them a little bit at the same time. I would like to call out our first contestant for the District 3 Dairy Princess, Andrea Chia. Andrea's escort is Peter Hicks. And in case you didn't get a chance to hear what Andrea came out before, she is sponsored by John's Dairy and Pool Supply. Having a good time, Andrea?
So far, yes.
She fibs a little bit once in a while. Really having a good time?
Yes, really.
Now, I like to find out how the contestants got involved in the contest. How do you qualify to be a District 3 Dairy Princess?
First of all, you send for an application, which you fill out and return to the California Milk Advisory Board. If you are accepted, then you are invited to go to several luncheons that inform you further about the contest and its rules.
Then you have to be involved some way with the dairy industry, don't you? And how are you involved?
I'm involved because I own 21 head of registered Holstein cattle. My family has been involved in the dairy industry since its founding in 1858, and I've also been involved in the replacement heifer program.
Where do you keep your 21 head of Holstein cow?
Mainly, they live on the dairy, which we have on Middle Two Rock Road, but they are also milked on 2 other dairies in Petaluma.
Do you milk them yourself, Andrea?
I used to. Unfortunately, I don't have to do that anymore.
Or fortunately, as the case may be.
Yes.
Get a chance to get a little more sleep when you're not milking, huh?
I didn't have to do the morning shifts. I was the afternoon person.
What do you do now? Are you in school?
Yes, I go to school at Santa Rosa Junior College, where I plan to major in industrial psychology.
Industrial psychology. You're going to have to help me with that. What do you do? Tell everybody, oh, you're going to feel good going to work.
An industrial psychologist goes into large corporations and businesses and helps smooth out relations between the executives and the workers to maximize profit.
Okay, and I think that would be very important, especially to the people that own the businesses. They want to make the most profit possible, huh?
It's a growing field these days.
What do you like to do, Andrea, when you're not either working with your cows or going to school?
I like to work out, especially in running. I also like to read and to get lots of sleep.
Can you do all those things and still get some sleep?
Believe me, I find time to sleep.
Now, I know you've been involved in a lot of things while you're in school. Why don't you tell us a little bit about some of your extracurricular activities? For example, when you were at Petaluma High School, I know you were very involved in sports.
Yes, while I was at Petaluma High School, I was on the varsity team for 4 years in both cross country and track. I also was in the California Scholarship Federation Club and the French Club.
And why in the world would anyone want to run cross country?
Well, I've been running up and down hills chasing cows through potholes since I was 3, so it was a natural thing for me.
You have to have good ankles if you're chasing cows, don't you?
Never turned one.
Okay, that's great. We have a special question for you, I know. Here's Andrea's question. If you were asked to speak to a group of troubled children, what would you share with them from your own life that would inspire them to strive for a better life? Let me try that again. If you were asked to speak to a group of troubled children, what would you share with them from your own life, and how would that inspire them to strive for a better life, Andrea?
If I was asked to speak to a group of troubled children and to give something from my own life to inspire theirs, I would tell them about the relationship that I have with my animals. I have a great love for my animals because they are my friends. They don't care how I look, how I dress, how I speak, or how I feel. They love me unconditionally. And in return, I have a great responsibility to them. I have to feed them, water them, care for them, and protect them. And I truly believe that if you have both unconditional love and a responsibility for something, that you can go anywhere in this world. I would suggest to them that they find an animal of their own to be responsible for and to love them and shoot for your goals. Thank you.
Andrea, ladies and gentlemen. Our next District 3 Dairy Princess contestant is Stephanie Elbin. Stephanie's escort tonight is Brian King. And she's sponsored by Lano Oak Dairy. And how are you doing so far?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing great to this point, but we got a ways to go here. How do you qualify as a contestant for the District 3 Dairy Princess?
I'm associated with the dairy industry because I own and raise my own registered Jersey cattle, and I've also raised 3 replacement heifers.
What do you think of those jerseys? You must like them.
I love them. Sometimes they have kind of a bad attitude, but most of the time, I love them.
Is all your experience with jerseys, or when you were in the replacement heifer project, were they Holsteins or what?
Well, I had 2 jerseys, and then I decided to try a Holstein, and I loved my Holstein a lot. She was very calm, and her name was Gretchen.
And so how do they compare? Do you think maybe if you were in the dairy industry, you would want to switch from jerseys to Holsteins, or have you kind of decided which you like better?
I think I would like to have both. Jerseys are much Jerseys are more stubborn, and the Holsteins seem to be a lot more calmer, but I would like to have both.
Have you had any bad experiences with Jersey bulls?
No, I haven't.
Well, that's good, because a lot of people in this room have, probably. Where do you go to school?
I'm currently attending Casa Grande High School in Petaluma.
Are you a senior?
I am a senior.
What do you do at Casa Grande besides go to school and study and all that kind of stuff? Are you involved in any kind of extracurricular thing?
I've been a member of the National Honor Society for 6 years and the California Scholarship Federation for 4 years, and I'm also a member of the French Club, and I'm currently the club secretary.
And you parlez français, I suppose.
Actually, I don't speak any French. I took Spanish classes and I speak French.
Hey, why? I've got to ask this next question. Why do you want to be in the French club?
To expand my horizons, I guess. I had a couple friends that were in French, and I just got involved with it, and I just kept with it all 4 years of high school, and I had a very exciting event at the beginning of the year. I got to represent the club as the homecoming representative.
That's terrific. How I know Casa Grande High School is kind of famous for some things right now. Would you like to tell us about Casa Grande High School and what they're well known for?
I think the most well-known thing right now at Casa Grande is the fish hatchery, and I had the opportunity to be in the wildlife class, and Mr. Furr is my teacher, and so I get to see the hatchery quite a bit.
That's kind of a nice program. Have they been able to capture any of the steelhead from the Adobe Creek?
Yes, they have, and I heard last week, I guess it was, they were, steelhead were born in the hatchery, so it was very exciting.
Right, that is really exciting, because I know that was one of the things they were really concerned about. What do you like to do with your spare time, Stephanie?
Well, I have a lot of hobbies. Some of my hobbies are I love to go fishing and camping, I love to go shopping, and I love to exercise 3 times a week at Lawn Fitness Center in Petaluma, and most of all, I love spending time with my friends and my family.
That's terrific. A lot of people think that women just automatically enjoy shopping. Is that something you have to learn?
Sometimes I enjoy shopping if I have a lot of money, but if I have a strict budget, then I have to watch myself, I guess. And a lot of times my feet get tired by the end of the day, but usually I love it.
Okay, Stephanie, let's see what your question is. Stephanie's question is, as a teenager in today's society, what do you feel has been the biggest obstacle to overcome, and what steps have you taken to overcome that?
Being a teenager in today's society, I feel the greatest obstacle that I've had to overcome is making the decision of whether or not I want to leave home and go to college or stay home and just go to Sonoma State. This decision has been very hard for me because I love my family very much, and I will miss them a lot if I have to go away, but I know that I will always have their love and support wherever my future will take me. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.
Stephanie Elbin. Contestant number 3 is Dana Garzelli. board is Paul Zimmerman, and she is sponsored by Jeff and Diane Rawling Dairy. How are you doing, Dana?
I'm fine, thank you, and how are you?
I'm doing great to this point. Now let's find out how you qualify as a District 3 Dairy Princess contestant.
My affiliation with the dairy industry begins first of all with my parents, Kathy and Richard Garzelli, who are partners in our family's dairy. I have also shown dairy cattle for going on 11 years, the first 8 years in Tri-Valley 4-H and the last 4 in Petaluma FFA. I have also raised 2 dairy replacement heifers.
Have you noticed a big difference between 4-H and FFA, or is it just kind of an easy step from one to the other?
No, I've noticed a big difference. In FFA, for me, there was a lot more opportunity to go to different contests and leadership opportunities. But also, I had grown once I hit high school and was ready to move on.
And I suppose if you're in the FFA, you're exposed to that every day, where if you're in 4-H, you only have a meeting once a week or once every 2 weeks or something like that.
That is true. We had agriculture classes every day and meetings about once a week.
Do you have all the same kind of cattle on your dairy?
Well, almost. We have great Holsteins on our dairy, and because of my showing, we have 3 registered jerseys now.
I bet you got those just so you'd have some more classes to get in, huh?
Well, actually, it started out as a replacement heifer. That was my first replacement heifer, was a Jersey, and she won Grand Champion all other breeds. So as a surprise, my grandfather bought her back for me, and we registered, and that was the start of my Jersey herd.
Good. Do you like the jerseys?
Yes, I do. They're very different from the Holsteins. They're a little sassy, but we can handle it.
You can handle most anything, I bet. You mentioned that you've been showing for 11 years. Where do you show?
I show at local county fairs, the Sonoma Ren Fair and the Snowy County Fair, and I've shown at the Napa County Fair twice, I think.
With the FFA, are you on any of the different judging teams?
I was on the farm accounts team, which goes around to different state competitions, and we are tested in our knowledge for record keeping and farm management, as well as depreciation.
For those of us who have never been to a contest like that, what do you do? What do you have to do at the contest?
Well, we are involved with our testing of our skills, but it is a wonderful opportunity to meet people from all over the state, and really it helps you a lot to learn how to associate with other people you really don't know.
But do they take some papers and throw them up in the air and say, put these in order, or what do you do?
There's 4 different parts. The first part is record keeping, which comes out of our FFA record books. Another part is depreciation, which is from the Farmer's Tax Guide. Another part is management skills, which is taken from the Farmer's Tax Guide, and also a farm management book. I can't remember the other part.
Well, that's okay. That's enough parts to suit me, I'll tell you that. Where do you go to school?
I'm currently in my 2nd semester at Santa Rosa Junior College, where I am majoring in agriculture business management.
And do you plan to go on from JC?
Yes, I do. In the fall of 1995, hopefully, I plan to transfer to California Polytechnic State University in San Luis Obispo to finish out my Bachelor of Science degree in Agriculture Business Management, also with an emphasis in agriculture accounting.
Now, I know you're obviously very busy with FFA and that kind of things, taking care of animals, but do you have time to do some sort of fun things after school?
Yes, I do. I'm involved with the Agriculture Club at the junior college, and I also have taken on country dancing lessons since this past October, so I enjoy that a lot.
That's a pretty popular event these days, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and it's a lot of fun. It's all different age groups, and just the crowd is wonderful.
Good chance to meet people.
Oh, yes, it is, and like I said, everyone from different age groups, and everyone is so friendly. It's just a great opportunity.
Good. And when you go on to school and take farm accounting, farmers have to have a pretty sharp pencil to make it these days, don't they?
Yes, they sure do. Every penny has to be accounted for.
And they have to get their taxes in by April 15th, just like everybody else, right?
Yes, they do.
Okay, thank you. Let me see what your question is. Here's Dana's question. In a world of your own making, what would be the most obvious difference from the world as we know it today? Oh, that's an easy one.
In a world of my own making, the difference from the world that we know today would incorporate many of my very own ideals. It would begin with the values and morals that each and every parent would instill in their children, as my parents have done for me. This would give our children the opportunity to learn the traditions from which they came, and also to give them confidence to go on to the future endeavors. The world of my making would center around family support and appreciation, because that is what has gotten me here in front of you tonight. I would like to thank you all for coming, and I hope that you too can appreciate all that your family has done for you. Enjoy your evening.
Contestant number 4 is Emily Maloney. Emily is escorted by Rick Peterson, and her sponsor is Dulcini Brothers. You having a good time, Emily?
Sure am.
Now, let's find out how you qualify to be one of the District 3 Dairy Princess contestants.
I'm affiliated to the dairy industry through my parents, Chris and Mike Maloney. We have lived on our family ranch in Tamales for the last 15 years. Our ranch has been in our family name for over 130 years. I also own 12 registered Holsteins, as well as raising 3 replacement heifers.
Now, it seems like there are a lot of contestants tonight that are in the Holstein business. Have you had a chance to meet some of these girls before in the show ring?
I sure have. Most of them I have.
So this is not like you're meeting up with a bunch of strangers in this contest.
No, most of them I've known since I was like 9 years old, some since I was in preschool.
Have you been in the dairy replacement heifer program also?
Yes, I have. I've raised 3 heifers.
Oh wow! At your young age, she's raised 3 heifers already. What's the most money you ever got from one of them?
I think I got $1,600 last time.
And were you happy with that?
Yep.
Did your replacement heifer stand up pretty high as far as the competition was concerned?
She did okay. She wasn't the winner, but she wasn't last either.
Okay, well that's good. Somewhere in the middle, I take it then, huh?
Yep.
Okay, now where do you go to school, Emily?
I'm currently a senior at St. Vincent's High School here in Petaluma.
And if you're from Tamales, why did you choose St. Vincent? Is that a tough question?
You know, I chose St. Vincent's. Well, when I was in first grade, my parents chose St. Vincent.
Oh, I see. She didn't choose at all.
No, but once I entered high school, I chose St. Vincent's because I felt that I'd get a better education to prepare me for college.
And that's what you're planning to do?
Yes, upon graduation, I plan to attend California Polytechnic State University in San Luis Obispo, where I major in ornamental horticulture.
Now that's kind of an interesting thing for a dairy kid to get involved in ornamental horticulture. I take it that means you're going to raise flowers?
Yes.
What do you like about raising flowers?
Since I was in like 3rd grade, I visited a florist, and I've always wanted to own a florist since then. And I also would like to own a landscaping business, so I would need to raise my own flowers.
Have you had any practical experience with this? Have you worked for any florist or anything?
No, I haven't.
But if there are any florists out there, are you open to a summer job?
Well, that would be 3, but sure.
3? What are your other 2 jobs?
I work at Palm Prints and Grape Pools, and I also work at Air Sea Travel.
Do you like to travel?
When I can.
Have you had a chance to travel?
I visited Chicago 2 years ago during the summer, and
That's not true. Anybody's ever been to Chicago? O'Hare Airport, that would make anybody not want to travel.
that was my first time far away from home, and it was fun. But I also travel with the animals to the fairs, and that's travel.
Which fairs do you go to?
Well, this summer, I will be exhibiting my animals at Sonoma Marine Fair here in Petaluma and Sonoma County Fair in Santa Rosa. But in the past, I've exhibited my animals at State Fair, the Junior Grand National, Napa County Fair, and Napa Town and Country Fair.
Do you have a favorite fair of all those?
My favorite would probably be Napa Town and Country Fair.
Why would that be?
It's a really small, low-key fair.
Being a person who has showed at all those different things myself, I always like that fair, but I like the Calistoga Fair too. It's always kind of quiet over there, except when they race those cars.
Yeah, that gets the cows excited too.
What do you do at school besides obviously study a lot and work?
I'm very involved in student government. I'm also a member of the Friday Night Live. I played varsity sports until last year.
What varsity sports did you play?
I played volleyball and I started basketball, but I had to quit because of my asthma.
Now, the St. Vincent volleyball team has had a terrific record over the years. In fact, they've been the North Coast section champs for what, 4 or 5 years in a row?
I think it's more than that, but 7.
But really good. Okay, well, congratulations on that alone. That's terrific.
Thank you.
Let's see what your question is, Emily. Okay, how has the role of women, how has the role of women changed in the dairy industry from 10 years ago, and what would you do to influence further change?
The role of women in the dairy industry in the last 10 years has changed a lot. Today, women are involved in the dairy industry about as much as men. 10 years ago, they had very limited jobs. To further increase the change in the dairy industry, I would encourage all women working on dairies or in the dairy industry to continue their hard work. I would also encourage young women to go out and get dairy-related jobs where they can promote the dairy industry. Thank you.
Emily Maloney. Contestant number 5, Jennifer Crane. Jennifer's escort this evening is Joe Peterson, and she is sponsored by Jay and Bill's Tires. And your first question, Jennifer, is how do you qualify to be in this Dairy Princess contest?
I qualify for running for Dairy Princess by being born and raised on our 200 milking cows dairy in Tamales.
Another Tamales girl, huh? Do you like living out there along the oceans?
I love living in Tamales. It's a really small community and they're really supportive of everything I do.
It's nice. There are some good things to be said about living in a small community, aren't there?
Yes, there are. I really enjoy the support, like I said, and you get to know everyone very well. Everyone knows everything about you.
Is that good?
It can be good. It can be dangerous sometimes.
Well, in your case, I'm sure everything about you is good, so if they know something, it just is that much better. But it is comforting, I would think, to know that everybody knows you and they're kind of looking out for you and that sort of thing.
Yes, I have very deep roots in Tamales, and everyone's always looking out for me, and they're good at telling my parents if I've been in trouble and stuff too, so there's good and bad aspects of it.
Where do you go to school?
I'm currently a senior at Tamales High School.
So you're one of the Braves, huh?
I'm brave, late brave.
A lady Brave. Now, what do you do at Tamales High School?
Well, I'm involved in various clubs at Tamales High School. For example, Friday Night Live. I'm a California Scholarship Federation Life member. I've been student council class vice president for 4 years. I'm a contributor to our literary magazine, and I'm also involved in the International Club. And I played volleyball for 4 years and basketball for 2 years.
Whoa, this young lady is really busy. That's terrific. What about this Friday Night Live club? What is that all about?
Friday Night Live is a group of Tamales High students who get together, and what we do is try and we party safely, I guess that's the best way to put it, and we get together on one Friday every month, and we just drink punch instead of alcohol, and we watch videos, and we try and promote that.
Just do good, wholesome kind of thing.
Good, wholesome things.
What about this literary magazine? Does that mean that you write articles for the magazine?
Not exactly articles, but mostly poetry and whatever your thoughts are. And there's a literary magazine comes out one each semester, and you just write, you put in whatever pieces you like.
Are you good at putting your thoughts down on paper?
Yes, I am.
Good, I'm glad to hear that. Let's talk about the success or failure of the Tamales sports programs. You've been volleyball and basketball. Would you rather not talk about those?
Well, I could talk about it. I can't give too much credit to our volleyball team winning-wise, but we always showed up for the matches and we played hard, so that's, I mean, you can give us credit for that.
Hey, there's something to be said for that. It's easy to go out there when you're winning every time. If you're not winning, then that is really a show of character.
Well, we support each other, and we kind of got used to losing, so we went out there and did our best.
What do you like to do with your spare time?
I really enjoy horseback riding with my sister Tracy. I like to cook and I like to write, like I said. And I really like to play volleyball and help my father on the ranch when I have time.
We did get a chance to talk about you as far as your animals are concerned. Do you show your animals also?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No,
Never got involved in it?
never got involved in it.
Never wanted to do that?
Well, I wanted to, but I don't know why.
It just didn't work out for you. Huh?
No.
Well, it sounds like you have plenty of stuff to do anyway. Do you go to the fairs at all?
Yes, I always go to the fairs. Most all my friends show, so I always go.
So you're one of the regulars when the Sonoma Marin Fair comes around, huh?
Yes, they have good country concerts I like to go see.
Okay, good for you. Let's see what your question is, Jennifer. If you're planning on continuing your education, in what way do you expect your education to improve your life?
I strongly believe that furthering my education by attending college will bring about many long-term benefits in my life. Aside from generating a larger income, I will also be able to fulfill my long-term dream of pursuing a career in the agriculture industry. Also, I would like to add, with my knowledge, I would also like to work towards creating a more tolerant living environment for the future generation. But best of all, by furthering my education, I would also become a stronger, more well-rounded person. Thank you.
Jennifer Crane. Contestant number 6, Krista Gleason. Krista is escorted tonight by John Cooper and is sponsored by Madalena Dairy Equipment. Come forward a little bit so they can get a couple nice pictures of you, Krista. How do you qualify as a candidate for the District 3 Dairy Princess Contest?
Well, I am associated to the dairy industry by our family's dairy in Santa Rosa that's been operating for about 15 years now.
15 years! Are you having a good time on the dairy?
Yes, I love the dairy, especially being involved with the baby cows. That's my favorite part of it.
Do you actually get involved in feeding the calves and things like that?
I sure do. I feed the cows every day and the heifers, and sometimes I help my mom feed the cows.
So you are on the food line, so to speak. Huh?
That's right. I feed the heifers and the cows, so I do a lot of feeding.
Now, have you thought about, since you've been in the dairy industry for like 15 years, and other people have been in there for 3 or 4 generations, does that make any difference to you?
Yes, it's quite hard because my family had to start up the operation where other people have been handed down the dairy, so it's been a struggle from the beginning, but we've made it.
You have to, if you're going to start a dairy, you have to put in an awful lot of time in the barn, don't you?
Yes, we sure do. That's why our family doesn't get out much.
Yeah, that kind of cuts in on the vacation time too, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's the first time my parents have been out in the last 6 months or so.
Okay, well, we'll kind of cut this off early so they can get home and get ready to milk tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, have you been involved in 4-H or FFA or anything like that?
Well, I was involved in both, but mostly FFA because I was involved with 4-H for about 4 years, and then when I went to high school, I switched over.
Where do you go to high school? Are you in high school now?
No, I'm currently attending the Santa Rosa Junior College.
Where did you go to high school?
I went to high school in El Molino.
So you're an old El Molino Lion.
That's right.
Did you do anything at El Molino High School besides go to school?
Well, I was in the FFA club, and I wasn't in any sports, though. I was in the FFA club.
Do they have a strong FFA program at El Molino High School?
Well, right now it's pretty much based around our family, me and my brother and our cousins, pretty much.
So if it weren't for the Gleasons, they would be a little thin over there, right?
The Gleasons and the Pedatis, that's not right.
Well, you know, it's possible that maybe now that the Gleasons have kind of got the thing rolling a little bit, maybe it will expand and become more of a good program over there.
Well, let's hope so, because the Gleasons have the dairy industry covered and the sheep market covered, and the Pedatis have the beef production covered, so.
So you've got some of everything, correct?
That's right.
Now, do you also have sheep on your dairy?
Well, Well, me and my brother have a few head of sheep, but just, mess around with. And he raises a few for market lambs at the fair, but that's about it.
Do you shear them and all that?
Well, I do a little bit, but I'm not very good at it. Usually we have one of my dad's cousins come over and shear them.
Price of wool, is that any better than the price of milk?
Well, the price of wool is pretty low, so the price of milk's a lot higher than the price of wool, that's for sure.
So that's why you're staying with the dairy business, right?
That's right.
All right, good for you. When you have some spare time, what do you like to do?
Well, I like to play pool and go bowling when I can. And I also like to grow my own flowers and I like to travel.
Do you have a pool table?
No, we don't.
Oh, that's good, because I'd have to get into trouble in River City, right here in front of everybody. You mentioned travel. Have you had a chance to travel any place?
Well, when I was in FFA, I traveled to Kansas City for the National FFA Convention, and I also had the opportunity to travel to Italy to go see my uncle and my aunt.
Wow, that's terrific. What did you think of Kansas City?
It was pretty neat. I didn't get to see most of it because we were going to a lot of conferences and meetings, but we attended 2 rodeos and we got to see 2 concerts.
So you did have a little free time while you were back there, but it's pretty structured, basically.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun though.
Now, in Italy, where did you go?
I haven't been to Italy yet, but I have the opportunity to.
Oh, I see. I understood that you had been there, so you're going to look forward to that, I suppose.
Yeah, I'd like to go and see how the dairy industry differs from America to Italy.
Well, see, over there they have 2 cows on these rocky hillsides, and they milk them by hand.
Yeah, yes.
Doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun.
No, but it might be different to see. It'd be kind of neat.
Now, do you show animals at the fair?
Well, I used to show market lambs and dairy, but last year I worked at the fair, so that kind of took away from being able to show.
What did you do at the fair?
I worked at Uncle Sam's farm.
Which is what? I don't know what that is.
Uncle Sam's farm is where they have a lot of baby animals where the fairgoers can come and see and pet the animals, and I was just there to feed them and to tell a little bit about the animals.
So it's kind of like a petting zoo.
Well, it's not quite a petting zoo, but it's somewhat like that. It's more for people to look at and then to get a little information, so I was there to inform people.
Is there any one animal that's kind of a hit with the kids and these kinds of things?
Well, they like the baby calves, but they also like the goats, the baby kids, because they bounce around a lot and stuff.
I know it seems like the ones that I see, a lot of the pygmy goats seem to steal the show because they're so cute, they're so little, they bounce around.
Yeah, they're a big hitter.
Okay, let's see what your question is, Krista. What type of consumers do you feel least informed? Would you hold 1/2 of this? What did you have this? I'm going to have to get these printed on cardboard or something. What type of consumers do you feel is least informed about dairy products, and how might you positively influence them if you were chosen as District 3 Dairy Princess?
I feel that the least informed group of consumers are the children. It's all up to the children. How are we supposed to keep the dairy industry going if these kids don't even know about how milk and cheese and ice cream are produced? If I am chosen as District Dairy Princess 3, I will hope to have the opportunity to work with children to help them understand how important the dairy industry is. Thank you, and enjoy the evening.
Ms. Completion, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. 6 young women that will all be a terrific representative for the dairy industry. At this time, we're going to excuse the judges so they can go make their final tabulations and then come back and give us the results of who our dairy princess will be. We have an armed guard to escort them out. Harold's got his Uzi over there. And I'd like to bring on stage some representatives of the co-sponsors of our District 3 Dairy Princess contest. This contest is sponsored by the California Milk Advisory Board, the North Bay Dairy Women, and by the Petaluma Area Chamber of Commerce. And if we could have a representative from them, I think we have Dominic Carinalli, who is going to represent the Milk Advisory Board. Estelle Moretti, here they come. And Dave Martinelli is going to represent the Chamber of Commerce. And first of all, a nice hand for them. Yeah, they do a lot of work. I think I'll just pass the microphone down the line here and have them all say a word or two.
Good evening. On behalf of the California Milk Advisory Board, I welcome everybody this evening, and I hope you have an enjoyable evening. We would also like to thank the Chamber of Commerce and the North Bay Dairy Women for all their fine work to make this one of the best contests in the state, if not the best contest. I would also like to wish all the contestants the best of luck, and we'll have a good evening. Thank you.
On behalf of the North Bay Dairy Women, I warmly welcome each and every one of you here this evening. We thank you for your presence, and we thank you for your support.
I'm actually pinch hitting this evening for Gary M., who is the newly elected chamber president. Gary is maybe familiar to some of you. He's the president and CEO of Clover Stornetta Farms, which is the other milk processor here in Petaluma. Gary unfortunately had some business dealings with Clover Stornetta that kept him out of town this weekend. He's not able to attend, but on behalf of Gary and Lee Hines, who is the executive director of the chamber, who is here this evening, we would like to extend our thanks to all of you for your support and patronage of this function, not only this year, but for the past 36 years prior to this evening. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you all. David, by the way, is involved with the Petaluma poultry processors. He was trying to sneak in a couple chickens out here tonight. We'll have to talk to him about that. Thank you very much. The young woman who supplies all this wonderful background music, I would like to call her out. Linda Smith. Linda? Linda does a terrific job for us every year. One of the most involved people. She accompanies all the elementary school choirs, and she's just somewhere all the time doing something good for our community. We're very fortunate to have Linda Smith in our community. Next, I would like to introduce the chairman of this year's District 3 Dairy Princess Contest, Judy Butke. Judy.
I'd like to welcome you all here this evening. I'd like to take this time to thank my committee. They have been a breeze to work with. They've made my job real easy. I'd also like to thank all the supporters of the District 3 Dairy Princess Contest. Without their generous support, we would not be able to put on such a fine contest. And also, I wish the best of luck to the 6 girls backstage. The dairy industry should be proud of them for their dedication to the dairy industry. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you, Judy. And now, I'm going to bring out our District 3 Dairy Princess 1993, Diane Carinalli. Diane's escort is Dan Pico. Diane, your outfit is absolutely smashing. Did you choose that?
Yes, I did. My sisters and I.
Well, they did a good job, I'll tell you. I have to tell you something about Diane. She has been very ill with the flu, and she's a real trooper. She's just sucking it up tonight, and you've done a great job, Diane. I know you want to say some things to your constituents.
Thank you, Ron. Well, that's true. I've been very sick all day, so don't mind my nerves either. 2 days ago, I sat on my best friend's bed in San Luis Obispo and thought about all the tests and speeches I had to write by Friday. Well, I took the tests, but I forgot to write the speeches. Suzanne came into her room that day, and she told me, she said, "Diane, you speak best when you speak from your heart. You can't write what's in your heart on paper, so just wing it. Tell them how you feel, and you'll do fine. So I stand up here tonight without a written speech or without a written agenda, so bear with me if I happen to stutter a couple times. I'd like to tell you a few things about this year and about what I felt, and I'm going to start with the stage. I remember so vividly what happened to me on this very stage 379 days ago. I, Diane Carinalli, became Princess Di. But I was not a princess of a country, I was a princess of an industry, the dairy industry. The industry that brought me through childhood and into adulthood. But it's with this contest that really brought me into adulthood. It taught me that I had to be a representative, I had to stand strong and speak about what I believed. Here I am tonight telling you that I love this industry. For the past year, it has been possible that I have been the Dairy Princess because of the three major sponsors of this evening. I'd like to start with thanking the Petaluma Area Chamber of Commerce. This is the organization that brings our community into this program and makes it one of the strongest throughout the state. I'd like to thank the North Bay Dairy Women, for they are the ladies who are behind the stage, setting up the decorations, helping the contest stay calm, in line, and on time. I'd also like to thank the California Milk Advisory Board. This is the board that works throughout our state to make our dairy industry one of the strongest in the country. It is this organization that makes us good farm little girls turn into working ladies of the dairy industry. And here I am, a lady of the industry now. Excuse me. I'd also like to thank Harold Peterson, one of the Milk Advisory Board members. He's a great man and he's put up with a lot of stuff from us ladies. We spent a week with Harold during July and he put up with a lot of stuff. He's a great guy. I'd also like to thank Judy Bucky for being my coordinator throughout the year. She's helped me a lot and set up many appearances for me. And now, the most important thing to me is my family. And I'd like to talk a little bit about them. My parents, for bringing me into this world, teaching me that I could be me and they would support me no matter what. For my sisters, for having their past experience and knowledge, teaching me how to color coordinate and how to be on time and say the right things. My grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, and my family friends, for supporting me and letting me be me and liking me no matter what or how clumsy I am. And I'd like to thank all of you for being here tonight. And now as I look at my reign coming to an end, I think about what Lisa Correa said to me. She said, Diane, these are your shoes to fill. Do what you gotta do. And I look back and those were very wise words. But I think I'd like to add one thing to them. She said, do what you gotta do. And I think that's right. People can tell you what to do, but they cannot tell you how to do it. And this past year, I've done everything I've had to and more. And I've done it my way. So I tell the girl, the winner tonight, to do what you gotta do, but do it your way. Be yourself and make the most of it. And now, I'd like to tell you, last year, as District 3 Dairy Princess, my first words was, I hope to make you proud. And I ask you, have I? But before you answer that, I'd like to tell you that you've all made me proud. I'm proud to represent this industry. No matter what's happened in the past, present, or future, I will always be involved. Thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the evening. Goodbye.
Diane Carinalli, ladies and gentlemen. Terrific job. Thank you. We are very proud of you. At this time, we're going to bring the contestants out in their formals. Without further ado, here is Andrea Chia. Andrea's escort, Peter Hicks. Contestant number 2, Stephanie Elbeck. Stephanie's escort, Ryan King. Contestant number 3, Dana Garzelli. escort, Paul Zimmerman. Contestant number 4, Emily Maloney. Emily's escort, Rick Peterson. Contestant number 5, Jennifer Crane. Jennifer's escort, Joe Peterson. Contestant number 6, Krista Gleason. Krista's escort, John Cooper. All right, here they are, ladies and gentlemen. Is that beautiful? Once again, we're going to bring out the president of the North Bay Dairy Women, Estelle Moretti, who has a few words for us. Dan Pico gets the nod again. Good job, Dan.
Again, I would like to say good evening. I would like to divert for just one moment from the business, or this particular part of the business of this program, and say thank you to my very handsome and young escort. He made me feel like the belle of the ball. Actually, I'm not the belle of the ball, but I could give this title to each of these young ladies on this stage tonight. They are truly, each one of them, the belle of the ball. At these very auspicious festivities of the Dairy Princess Ball, there are 2 $300 scholarships that are issued. One to a young man and one to a young lady. The first presentation will be the Bernice Haderman Memorial Scholarship. Mrs. Haderman was a past president of NBDW, and she was a strong advocate for justice and fairness for all dairy women and dairy men in her area. Tonight's award goes to a young man. He is currently and will, as I understand, be attending Santa Rosa Junior College to further his education in the agricultural business world. I am proud this evening to present the 1994 Bernice Haderman Memorial Scholarship to a very worthy young man, Mr. Lucas Petaluma. Will Lucas kindly step to the podium, please? present this scholarship to you with the greatest of pleasure and the greatest of pride. Congratulations. He's a man of few words and has chosen not to say anything. The second scholarship award to be presented this evening is the Florence Ghilardoni Memorial Scholarship. Mrs. Ghilardoni was the first president of our organization. She too was a very dedicated dairy woman who believed in the dairy industry and its betterment, but she also believed in youth. Tonight's award will be given to a young lady. This young lady has been affiliated with 4-H, honors, and other agriculturally related activities. I take great pride this evening in presenting the 1994 Florence Ghilardoni Memorial Scholarship to a worthy young student. I'm not going to tell you where she's going until after I have presented the award. I would like to ask Jennifer Crane to kindly come forth. She too would not like to say anything. And I really can't blame them. They've said an exorbitant amount already. There is one more $300 scholarship that we of North Bay Dairy Women award. It is the Rose Rossi Memorial Scholarship, which is issued in June. Thank you. Take care. And have a wonderful evening.
Ready, ladies and gentlemen. All right, at this point in the program, we excuse the escorts. Gentlemen, you did a wonderful job. You will exit up the stage. And last year at this time, this is where we made the presentation of Miss Vitality, and the young woman who won Miss Vitality last year is here tonight to make the presentation for 1994. Nice hand, if you would, to Teresa Mendoza. Teresa, you're looking just as vivacious this year as you were last year.
Thank you.
Has it been a good year for you?
It's been great.
Good. You have the envelope there with the name in it.
I sure do. I've been wanting to open it all night. Okay, the Miss Vitality Award goes to one of the contestants who's the most thoughtful, helpful, and inspirational throughout the whole contest. Earlier today, the girls voted themselves on who the Miss 1994 Miss Vitality would go to. And tonight, the Miss 1994 Miss Vitality goes to... Stephanie Eldar.
Stephanie Elbeck, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you, Teresa. All right, it's at this point in the program that we get a chance to meet our judges for the evening. Have the judges reached their decision? Are the judges backstage? The judges are still evidently poring over their results. While we're waiting for the judges, let me tell you that as soon as our princess has been crowned tonight, we will close the curtains as usual so we can get our photo opportunity things done. We have a lot of press people that need to get photos, and we will do that behind stage tonight. And they have asked me to ask members of the family to please refrain from charging on stage until we get our pictures taken. But as soon as the curtains close, we can exit to our banquet room because our buffet dinner is going to be ready to be served at that time. And also, one of the highlights of the evening will be the music supplied later for dancing. We have Pam's Country Jam going to be here. Yay! Some of you have heard Pam's Country Jam before, and you'll get a chance to show some of your best moves that you've got. So everybody stick around for that. And as long as we're still killing a little bit of time here, I'll tell you that this is not the only event that is happening. We're very fortunate here in Petaluma to have a lot of things involved with the dairy industry. And one of the big things for our dairy industry is coming up this next week, as we'll be celebrating Butter and Egg Days in Petaluma, and that is a big thing for the dairy industry as well. So I hope you will all take part in our Butter and Egg celebration that takes place with the big parade at high noon next Saturday. So don't miss that. Have our judges returned? No. Maybe I could sing a song for you. We're not that desperate yet. What else can I tell you about? Yeah, Diane Raleigh is here. Diane Carinalli? I already talked to Diane, but we can talk some more. Come up here, Diane. Hey, I can always talk to Diane. Well, yeah, let's talk about some of the things you did this year. Can you think of any high points or low points or in between points, or what was enjoyable about your year?
Oh, I have a really good story. Recently, my mother and I went to talk to second graders at Apple Blossom School in Sebastopol. And sure enough, the first little boy raises his hand, and what does he ask about? Artificial insemination.
Wouldn't you know it? A second grader?
A second grader. How do you explain artificial insemination to a second grader?
Well, I hope you didn't get into too much detail.
We tried to stay away from it. We explained it just in general.
Now, is that one of the things you were required to do, is go around and talk to kids about milk and things?
Yes, the Milk Advisory Board encourages you to do that. I spoke to 6 classrooms.
Do you talk about nutrition when you go out? What exactly do you talk about?
When I go there, I first begin by just telling them how we take care of our animals and what we feed them, and we go over the basics of how you get milk and how you milk cows. A lot of kids didn't realize that you actually milk a cow with a machine nowadays and not by hand. And I just go over the basics, and then I let them ask questions.
I think most kids nowadays, even though maybe they've never been to a cow barn to see exactly how the milk comes out of it, I think most of them realize that milk comes from cows.
Yeah, it's getting better, but it still needs to be publicized a little bit more.
Did you attend any kind of banquets or big functions that you got a chance to meet some dignitaries and things?
I went to lots of dinners and banquets. Let's see. I'm trying to think of one that stands out in my mind, but I can't think of one.
You probably passed out enough ribbons this year to last you for a while.
Yes, I ruined about 6 pairs of shoes passing out ribbons in the sawdust.
Yeah, and sometimes in that sawdust there's some other things besides sawdust.
Exactly.
And is that just one of the hazards of being the dairy princess? You have to have a lot of shoes.
Exactly. I suggest you go to Payless and get your $9.99 of pumps.
Okay, write that down. Okay, thanks, Diane. I hope you had a great time, and I hope you have a lot of success in the future. You've got a lot of people.
Thank you.
Diane Carinalli, ladies and gentlemen. The judges are here. And if we could ask our judges to come out on stage, please. Here they are. These are the people who have had the tough job tonight. It was a tough job too, right? Very, very tough. I'll tell you, any one of these people could do the job and do it right, don't they? You concur?
Every one of them.
Okay, well, we'll find out who these people are. First of all, we'll start with Ann Silva. Ann is from the District 5 because she is a dairy owner herself. She is part of the Bacchetti and Silva dairy in Turlock or Tulare. Where? Oh, Tracy. Okay, anyway, she's come from down the valley, and she says she loves to see all the things going on in Petaluma, really likes Petaluma. We have Jay Carlson, who is livestock superintendent at the California State Fair, and Jay is a repeat judge. He was with us last year. That takes guts to come back 2 years in a row. Thanks, Jay. And we have Corey Warner, who is a professional photographer all the way from Modesto. And I understand you do the official photos for the Dairy Princess contestants. Thank you all. I'm sure it was a lot of work, but a labor of love, we hope, and we're anxious to find out who is our District 3 Dairy Princess. Thank you very much.
On behalf of my fellow judges and myself, I'd just like to emphasize how difficult a decision this was. All of these girls are absolutely fabulous and outstanding, and to be representing your district, you couldn't lose in any account. And I would just like to take this time to have everybody give them a big round of applause.
Thank you very much. And you may be excused. All right. We've got the info right here. I have to check my schedule to see if we're supposed to tell you who it is. Yes, it says introduce the second alternate. So Diane, if you would come up and help me. Our second alternate is a very important job because our alternates have to take over sometimes when the Dairy Princess can't be there. Did you have to have an alternate stand in for you sometime?
Yes, I did.
And there's a lot of work, and sometimes you need more than one person.
It's a very important thing, because sometimes you have more than 2 events on the same day.
Okay, and our second alternate is?
Jennifer Crane.
All right, congratulations, Jennifer Crane, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, Jennifer Crane. All right. We're getting closer. The first alternate. Yeah, Diane's more nervous than the other girls. And the second alternate is?
First alternate.
First alternate. Well, I just want to see if you knew who she was. No. First alternate.
Stephanie Elbeck.
Stephanie Elbeck. First alternate, Stephanie Elbeck, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And the moment we've all been waiting for, the envelope is in your hand. And our District 3 Dairy Princess 1994
Is Dana Garzelli.
and the crown. Dana Garzelli, ladies and gentlemen. Dana, Congratulations. You should be so proud.
I am. You can barely get it out.
Would you like to say anything to your constituents here?
I'll try to. I'd like to first thank my family and friends who have been great support through the whole thing. And I'd also like to thank our sponsors for this evening, the North Bay Dairy Women, the California Milk Advisory Board, and the Petaluma Area Chamber of Commerce. I hope to make you all very proud, and I will try and do my best.
I hope you will. There's our very ladies and gentlemen, your 1994 District 3 Dairy Princess. We're going to have our photo opportunity here now. The buffet dinner is ready to be served in our banquet room. Hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. Don't go away, stick around, socialize a little bit, and let's talk about the dairy industry. And thank you all for coming.